What is up, guys? My name is Jearbear, and in this video we're going to be checking out Tera online and giving a first look and what it's like to first start off in the game for about 10 to 15 minutes or so. We're also going to be covering everything from the character creation to the combat and questing itself within the starting area. So as you can see on my screen right here, we are starting off with character creation with the 7 different races in the game. Now, there's only one faction. It's called the Valkyrian Federation, and all 7 races fall under it. So there's no PvP versus other factions. It's kind of just world PvP. The fact of you building up your, I forget what it's called, but you have this system where you build it up, and the more you have it, the longer you stay in PvP for, or you can just tag yourself to be in world PvP. So there's no faction-based PvP, but we're going to get into showing you them human, typical, Kastanic, kind of a different, darker human, Amon, the bigger, kind of tankier race, I guess you can call, Bapori, which is a male Ellen. It's kind of hard to go through the storyline and everything, but it's basically the male version of the Ellen, and you know it looks different, but it is, and this is the Ellen. And then you have Baraka, and you have High Elves. Now, these 3, Bapori, Ellen, and Baraka, you are sex locked into choosing it, so you can't choose a male Baraka, which is you know, I mean, it depends on what you want to choose. I'm gonna go with Kastanic on this one, just to start off. And we have 8 different classes, as you can see here. 4 fall under the melee bucket, and 4 fall under the ranged bucket. So we have Warrior, which can be a DPS or a tank. Lancer, which is a tank. Slayers, which deal they're DPS and they have 2-handed swords. And Berserkers, which are the slowest class, even slower than Slayers, which use 2-handed axes. Now, Sorcerers are basically your typical mage. Archer are basically a hunter within WoW, except for they don't have a pet. Priests are your typical healers, and Mystics are your support healers. Now for this video, we're gonna just go with a warrior because I know how to play a warrior pretty well. But they do have this player skill required on the bottom. So if you're looking for a class and you're not really sure just what to start off with, and you want something maybe easier or harder, look at the stars and they'll tell you what you should choose. So we're gonna go here with the Kastanic warrior, and as you can tell from just right here, the game looks really great. You saw from the character creation, they showed a little bit of the background of where they're from and their city, and it looks gorgeous. This game, I would think, personally, I think this is the best graphics in any MMO that I've ever played, and that's saying a lot, especially from an MMO that's free to play now after it transitioned. But you do have a pretty expansive character creation, but it's nothing where you can choose, you know, a blue small midget with a big head like Ion or something like that. It's extensive but limited in some ways. For this, we're just gonna choose a random one, but you can go choose a random preset like you can do here. You also can choose specifically what you want and the different kind of horns, what your face looks like. We'll just change to that. Adornments, which is basically your facial hair and some of the scars on your face. Fine details, which is basically the advanced, you know, nose, eyes, mouth, and ears. And then the outfit, which is basically a scale of what your gear is going to look like after you level up some levels. So it looks pretty cool. And the gear, how they did it with this in this game, they didn't overdo it, but it looks great, and they didn't overdo it. You can change your voices to do whatever you want. So we'll stick with this. Edit the name, and we're gonna go with that because I have so many different characters under the name of Jearbear. So yeah, we're also gonna show you your character selection screen after you make at least more than 4. As you can see, I have all 8 characters filled up on this server, the Mount Tyrannus server. So this being my Kastanic level 50 warrior, and this is after you get 8 characters, so we're going to go into the game and show you some of that. Now here you have an option to choose if you want to go straight into the starting area or you want to choose the prologue. Now, if this is your first character, you're going to have to go straight into the prologue, being that you're new and they want to show you some things. In the prologue, basically all it is, I'm just going to go to the starting area. Basically all it is in the prologue is they set you off at level 20 and they give you the level 20 skills, and they show you how the combat is fast and definitely the best combat in a game or MMO that I believe. Basically it just throws you in there. It doesn't really throw you in there, but you do some quests to get you started, and it shows you the combat slowly but surely, and you get used to it before you get thrown into the starting area, which is a good thing. I'm going to skip this just so I can show you what all the combat and questing is like within the game in the starting area. So right off the bat, you start here and the game looks gorgeous. I'm going to change options for my shortcuts because I'm not really used to this, but the game, you can see here with the UI, it's very clean. You know, you only get 6 skills of the main bar, and then you get your right, left, and tab keys, and then you get 5 others on the top, 6 others on the top. So right off the bat, they're not sticking you with, you know, World of Warcraft, and they have a full entire bar and then some others. They're giving you a basic couple of bars to show you that that you can use what you want. You're able to expand it in the future, but that's to go when you get more skills and abilities, when you actually have to put it on there. So I think they did a good job with that. I'm going to pull out my founder mount, which all it is if you were subscribed to the game before it went free to play, they give you some goodies, and this mount was one of them. Yeah, if you guys do not know, this game is free to play now. They transitioned about 2 weeks ago or so. It happened on February 5th, and the cash shop is now in the game, and I'll show you some of that cash shop right now. Being I'm a founder, which means I subscribed before the game went to free to play. They awarded people who got the collector's edition with 1100 EMP, which basically is En Masse points, under the name En Masse Entertainment, which is the people who provide the game. And then if you guys got the normal version of Tera, then you get 500. So it's kind of a win-win, I guess you can say. Being whatever one you bought, you're gonna get some points to go extra with whatever you can purchase in the future. So we're gonna go over here and just show you some of the combat quickly, and show you that it definitely is one of the most unique and best action MMOs out there. Because a lot of MMOs now are switching to the fact that the action kind of thing, and it's not getting standard in games yet, but definitely in the future I can see it being one of the major things happening in MMOs a lot more. And the thing with Tera is, as you can see here, since it's action, if I swing here, I'm not hitting anyone, I'm not getting damage, I'm not going to do damage. If I hit the target right here, you see me doing damage, and that's just the action part of the MMO. So I'm also going to show you that all characters in the game get either a dodge, a parry, or a block skill. Now with the warrior class being at lower levels, you get the dodge ability. If you do get the higher levels, they give you the parry ability, which I believe is only a class to get the parry ability, which happens if you are only in defensive stance, and warriors have several different stances. So as you can see, the combat, they start you off slow, just killing some typical, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I just call them trees. And the thing within Tera is the mobs look great, the world looks amazing, and the graphics are the best. And as you can see there's blood. Now if you're playing on the Europe version, you do not have blood. I'm not sure why, but that just happens. And since the game is beautifully, I think they did the combat perfectly with all the graphics. And basically, yeah, but like I was saying, they start you off slow, killing some typical things that, you know, right here he's not really giving me any really offensive damage. He's not doing anything to me much, and I was able to finish that quest really easily. But now when you get to the higher levels, I have a level 50. You know, you're really gonna have to be using your dodge abilities, your block abilities, and your parry abilities, just so you're not taking damage and you can thrive while doing offensive damage and not taking too much damage. So you're gonna have to work those abilities in while doing as much damage as you possibly can to kill him. And then here they want me to kill some more trees and kill some deers, or Norks, which they're called. But we're also going to be going over the abilities that you get at as you level up. Now, you don't get an ability every time that you level up, but you do get an ability almost every other level up to about 35, and then the abilities come slower, as they don't want to throw too many abilities that, you know, don't really do anything. They just want to give you abilities that are good to use while you are leveling up. So we're just going to be finishing this up, and then I'll be showing you all of those abilities and things like that. And I really want to know what you guys think about the Tera combat. Is it something that you're looking for more in MMOs now? You know, the actionness and all the things like that? Or are you kind of, you know, sticking with the WoW and Rift and Star Wars things, or with tab targeting, or just, you know, hitting your abilities, and if it's an AoE, it's going to damage more than one person. But in this, you can be doing, like here you can see, I'm going to hit 2 at the same time. Would you rather see more of the combat like Tera, or more like the combat in WoW and Rift? But there's also other combats like Raiders, the Dragon Nest, DC Universe Online, where it's not so much like Tera, but it is still action MMO. So you still have the action side of things within that game. So we're just here killing these Norks and trees, and then once we get these done, we'll go turn them in at the camp up there. I also want to explain the difference from the yellow quests and the red quests. Now, yellow quests are your typical side quests, and you just going along from camp to camp doing the quests. Now, with red quests, they are your story quests, and what story quests involve are a lot more dialogue, harder quests to accomplish. Maybe sometimes you need a group for them, but you also get cutscenes, and the cutscenes, you know, great graphics, cinematics, and things like that. So if you guys are into the lore and things like that of quest lines, then I would definitely go in depth with these storylines, because some of them are very, very good. A lot of the Ellen's story quests are amazing, people say. So you can definitely delve into those pretty in depth, like if you want a good story, I would say. But the also thing with mounts in this game are, you know, like other games, they are different speeds, and there's a lot of different ones, but they're pretty typical by the looks of them, because all of them they look similar to the one that you get after you get out of this starting area. Now, the thing with the starting area is you'll get about to 11 or 12. If you get it done, you can get it done very quickly. So if you guys are looking for a fun class and get things done quickly, then you know, I would choose correctly, because of some classes are faster than doing quests than others. You know, obviously if you want a tank, it's going to be a little bit slower, but there's not a severe time difference in that. And I also want to talk about the problems with the free-to-play transition that has recently happened with Tera. It was kind of it was a little difficult for the servers to handle themselves, because of so many different people logging on from the transition. And now that we are in free-to-play, the servers are able to hold a higher capacity, but this is not by any means when most people are playing. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so, you know, not the most people playing this. So if you guys are wondering what server I play on. I play on Mount Tyrannus PvP. There are 5 different servers within the game, so you have a lot different to choose. I believe they added a 6th one. I'm not too sure about that. I don't really get into that too much. But if you're looking for a server, they have one RP server and I think 2 PvE and 4 PvP, or maybe 3 PvP and 3 PvE. But I hope this was a really good in-depth guide, or just a good thing to show the new people who maybe not heard of this game before or are looking to get into this game. Hopefully you looked at this game, and there's going to be a link in the description of where you can sign up pretty easily. It'll take you straight to the registration page, and you can sign up from there. And if you guys want to see some more gameplay from Tera from me, then you can leave that in the comment section below also. And I would definitely like to hear your opinions on if you guys are playing Raider Z or Tera more, and whose combat you like better. And that's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!